Dear children, welcome back to today's class. I think all of you have done your exams very well. So, today we are moving on to the last topic in that chapter air, that is about moisture. Okay, so what do you mean by moisture? Actually, moisture means the water vapor content in the atmosphere, that is called atmospheric moisture or moisture content or water vapor content in the air. Okay, when the water evaporates from the land due to the sun's heat and differences in different water bodies, it becomes water vapor due to the heat of the sun. Then moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. So I think it is a new word to you, humidity. Humidity means water vapor content of the air or the atmosphere. As the air gets warmer, its capacity to hold the water vapor increases and so it becomes more and more humid. Okay, so in a sunny day, the evaporation is very high. Due to that high evaporation, the water vapor content or moisture or humidity may be very high. Okay, on a humid day, you know that when you are drying your clothes after washing, it takes longer to dry and sweat from our body does not evaporate easily, making us feel very uncomfortable. You know that. Okay, so humidity means the moisture in the atmosphere. Okay, humidity is the water content or evaporated water or water vapor in the atmosphere, and we can feel that, but we couldn't see the evaporated water or water vapor in the atmosphere. We just feel that. So moisture, when water evaporates from land and different water bodies, it becomes water vapor. It is the air at any time is known as humidity. Moisture in the air at any time is known as humidity. You may also already learned about water cycle, I think. So here you can see the diagram of water cycle. That means water changes from one state to another. Water is the only object or only substance which can be changed into three forms of state, like gaseous, liquid, and solid. Okay, so you know that the water in the water bodies and from the plants through the process of transpiration, it get evaporated by the sun's heat, then it reaches the atmosphere. There it condensate, means cool down, and water droplets form. This water droplets downpour as rain, that is called precipitation. So the different processes, the three important processes involved in this water cycle are evaporation, condensation, and precipitation. You know all these things in detail. I think all of you have studied that in the earlier classes. Okay, so this is the process through which the water reaches the atmosphere. What do you mean by the process? Transpiration. Transpiration is the process through which the green plants, loses their excess water content. Okay. Through that particular process also the air gets some amount of water vapor. So here you can see some different forms of precipitation. Precipitation means, yes, the condensed or the cooled down water vapor in the water content in the atmosphere falls down. That may be through different forms. Here you can see mainly four forms: rain, snow, sleet, and hail. Okay, so these are the four different forms of precipitation. Let us learn one by one. Here is a brief description of these four types. So rain means falling drops of liquid water. That is what is called rain. We are feeling or we are experiencing rain nowadays. കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ചകളിലൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് ഇടയ്ക്കിടയ്ക്ക് മഴ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു അല്ലേ. Then next one is snow. That falls when the temperature in a cloud is below freezing. That means below 0 degrees Celsius. The next type of precipitation is sleet. sleet, rain that freezes as it falls. Okay, then the last type of precipitation or form of precipitation is hail. It forms when drops of what rain freeze and strong winds carry them higher into a cloud. These are the four types of precipitation, forms of precipitation: snow, rain, sleet, and hail. There are some factors which determine the precipitation. There are three main factors. They are climate of a region, then geography means the topography or the physical features of an area, then ocean surface. These are the three important factors which influence the type of precipitation of a region. Okay, so which are the four forms of precipitation we learned? Yes, rain, sleet, hail, and snow. Now we are moving on to different forms of rainfall. Different forms of rainfall. Okay, there are three main types of rainfall. We are just moving on to learn how they are happening one by one. Okay. The first among the types of rainfall comes the cyclonic precipitation or cyclonic rainfall. So, due to the temperature difference, the contrasting temperature, two air masses of different densities clash with each other. Condensation and precipitation occur at the surface of contact. രണ്ട് ടൈപ്പിലുള്ള എയർ മാസസ് വിത്ത് different temperature. One is cold and another one is hot. So cold and warm air masses clash and condensation and precipitation occur. This type of rainfall is called cyclonic rainfall. Okay. You can see that here also when cold and warm air masses clashes or meet or merges to form this type of cyclonic rainfall. Next type of rainfall is orographic rainfall or orographic precipitation. Do you heard about this orography? What do you mean by orography? Yes, study of mountains. So higher or elevated landforms are the main reason for this type of rainfall. That means when heavily moisture laden air stops due to topographic conditions, maybe mountains or very high hill ranges, and precipitation occurs on the windward side of the mountain while leeward side receives very little, just like the Himalayan region. A very clear example for this orographic rainfall is within our state. The western Ghats in our western margins of the peninsular plateau is a higher or elevated land which obstructs the monsoon winds which causes rainfall in the western coastal plain including our state. The monsoon rain is occurring due to the orographic phenomenon. Okay. So it will be very clear from this video. This you can see the flow of air from the moisture laden air from the over the water bodies, and they are obstructed by the mountains here. So this what happens is the moisture laden wind are obstructed by the mountain, and the windward side, this is windward side, and the opposite side is called leeward side. So the windward side experience heavy rainfall, but the opposite side or the leeward side, yes, they get very little rainfall. Okay, so that is relief or orographic rainfall. So the third type of rainfall is convectional or convective rainfall or precipitation. Convectional precipitation. It results from heating of Earth's surface that cause air to rise rapidly. You know that the hot air is less denser than the cold air. So whenever it is get heated, it will rise up. So as the air rises, it cools and moisture condenses into clouds and causes rainfall or precipitation. This is what is called convectional rainfall or convective precipitation. Okay. So the things that we learned today that is about moisture and precipitation or rainfall. Then there are three types of rainfall, etc. Please go through the lesson, then read that. If you find any difficulty, please ask me. So this rainfall is very important for the survival of plants and animals on the earth surface. You know that in the 6th standard itself we have learned a lot about the unique features of earth which causes or which make life possible on earth. So rainfall is very essential, as water is very essential for the survival of life. So it brings fresh water to the earth surface. Rain brings fresh water to the earth surface. If rainfall is less, water scarcity and drought occur. On the other hand, if it is more, floods take place. So both these conditions are very ഡിറ്റർമിനിങ് ഫാക്ടർ, ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് ഡ്രൗട്ട് ആൻഡ് ഫ്ലഡ്. സോ മഴ ഒരു മിനിമത്തിൽ കിട്ടിയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് കാര്യമുള്ളൂ. മഴ ഇല്ലാതിരുന്നാലോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരുപാട് മഴ വന്ന് വെള്ളപ്പൊക്കം ഉണ്ടാകുന്നതും രണ്ടും വളരെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടാക്കുന്ന ലൈഫിന് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ലിവിങ് ഓർഗാനിസത്തിന് ഇൻക്ലൂഡിങ് ഹ്യൂമൻ ബീയിങ്സ്, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി hazardous. Okay, so we have to observe, or we have to take some steps or measures to enhance rainfall or to enrich the groundwater content. That means planting more trees, avoid deforestation, do not cut trees and plants. Please plant more trees around us. So these are some of the important measures that we can take. Okay, so with this we are winding up the chapter. We could see in the next class. Before that, I will send the notes through WhatsApp group. You have to complete that chapters, complete the notes in your notebook. Okay, read that chapter. And I will inform an interactive session of this class in coming days through WhatsApp. Okay, get ready for that. Read that lesson very thoroughly. Okay, thank you, children.